seem weird for him to join forces with two other stars that are MVPs really in their own right. But Lakers finally announced AD. He will be wearing number 3 going into this year. And he says he's up against, he would put the LA Lakers roster up against anyone in a Game 7 series. He's got a great point. I get it. But you got to also consider the other LA team with the Clippers, with Kawhi, Paul George, a very good bench. Lou Will, Montrezl Harrell. Don't sleep on Montrezl Harrell. Montrezl Harrell, who has had a surgence. But you got to speak up your guys. I 100% get that. And I think they can compete with really anyone in the West. And they do have a chance to win a championship. How close are they? I don't know. But I think they do have a chance. Shout out to Courtney. The real deal said Halep took it to Serena this weekend. Yes, she did. My pop says, Coco's the future. I agree. Venus-Serena days are numbered. To complete a major tournament is going to be tough. Great point. Shout out to Sally Q in the building. Thank you for tuning in. So, Lakers, you got a lot to be excited about. And here's what AD said about his trade to the Lakers. I wanted to take control of my career. You got to respect the guy that says that. He said people were coming to me, telling me what I should do, what I shouldn't do. And it's almost like he had an epiphany and he woke up and he said, I don't want to do that. And this is his career. This is not only his career, but this is his money. This is his livelihood. And you can't knock a guy for saying, I want to do what's going to work for me. I don't think you can knock a guy for saying that. And he was being honest. We want players to be honest. We want these people to show a real side of them. At least I do. And he was honest. He talked about how he found out about the trade, which he said he was actually laying in the bed watching a movie. And he didn't even look at his phone. You know, he got the message from his agent. His agent was blowing him up. And then he found out on Instagram that he got traded. Which I think AD is going to have a great career with the Lakers. I've already said it. I believe we're going to have an all-LA Western Conference Finals. Let's see how the Clippers perform with expectations on them now. Great point, said Galloway. New Orleans was owned by the NBA at one time. Whack. Yeah, 100% agree with that one. Also, AD will not be training with USA Basketball for the FIBA World Cup. And his statement, which I'm agreeing with what he said. Excuse me, sorry. So his statement was that, I'm going to put that on mute. His statement was that the bulk of his offseason on preparing for a championship run, that he does not want to have anything taking him away from the Lakers. He doesn't want to have anything taking him away from the Lakers. He wants to be all in on the Lakers, all in on possibly winning the championship, which again, that's another thing that you got to respect out of the guy. He's trying to put in his all to make sure he can bring a championship back to LA. And you got to respect the guy that says that. So I'm starting to get some. I already have respect for AD. I know people rag on people that go to teams that already have superstars on it. But if you truly want to win, if you absolutely positively want to win, you know that you got to partner with somebody. You know that. Even if you don't agree with it, you know it, because there are multiple times where championships are won with star power. And people say, well, Kawhi was only Kawhi and a bunch of other guys. True. But Kawhi had Marc Gasol. Kawhi also had Danny Green, Ibaka. So he still has some star players, not to the fact of AD, but that's the way the NBA is. So if people agree with it or don't agree with it, they're taking ownership of their careers in their own hands. They're not worrying about what team they have to be on or need to be on. They're doing what they want to do, and I got respect for that. I see a lot of NBA players not doing the Olympics because of wear and tear of their body. Great point, Big L. You're 100% right. This is your livelihood. Your body is your livelihood. And if you don't want to continue to put your body on the line, and it affects your future career, it affects your future money, and that's a great point. And I'm all in on guys wanting to take better care of themselves and their careers and what their bottom line equals, because their bottom line is their bottom line. Not everybody else's, not mine, not yours, not anybody else's. So much respect, AD doing his thing. We'll see what this Lakers season comes out to be. Steph Curry, if you guys heard about this story or that was out this weekend, Steph Curry is now the longest tenured player on one team. So he has been on the Warriors, I believe it's been 10 years now, and he has the longest tenure on one team in the NBA. And I think Steph Curry is probably going to stay on the Warriors his whole career. I don't see why he would go anywhere else, but you never know as you get older. I thought, and part of me still believes, Dirk may be the last guy to be on a one team for his entire career. Dirk may be the last guy to do that. I appreciate everyone for tuning in. If you're listening in the background, join in on the show chat room. It's very easy to do. Create a profile via your Facebook, your Twitter, or email, and you can join in on the conversation and what we're talking about. But Steph Curry may be the last guy. Maybe Dirk is the last guy. But he has the longest tenure on one team at this point in time. And that is the stance that we are at with this NBA at this point. You're not going to see guys on the same team for 15, 20 years. You're just not going to see it anymore. You're just not going to see it anymore. And that's just the mentality and the mindset. Also, a story coming out from this weekend, OKC could keep CP3 if he wants to stay. They say that they're not adverse to keeping him if he wants to stay. I 100% believe that CP3 does not want to stay in OKC. At this point in time in his career, why would he want to go through a rebuilding stage? Why would he want to do that? I wouldn't understand why he would want to do that at this point in time in his career. Now, OKC has a lot of picks, but how long does CP3 have? Does he have time to wait on picks? Does he have time? He still hasn't won a championship, everybody. Remember that? He still has not won a championship. And I believe he wants to win a championship. So I don't know how much longer he would be willing to stick around on a team like this one, being that they aren't winning anything anytime soon. They won't even be making it to the playoffs. And CP3 probably doesn't even want that much wear and tear on his body anyway. Shout out to Tiffany Sports and Hills. Thank you for tuning in. Dirk was the last guy. Kobe did it too. So CP3 news probably going to be coming down at some point in time this week. I don't think he's going to be there. I don't think he's going to play a game in a Thunder uniform. But the Thunder seem to be interested in possibly keeping him. So we'll see what happens. On to NFL news. And you know what I'm about to talk about. My Dallas Cowboys, obviously. So Zeke Elliott, you remember he pushed the guy. He was at a concert in, I think it was Las Vegas. He pushed one of the security guards. The guy fell over the guardrail. Well, supposedly this guy wants to file charges. Already, Zeke's legal team responds to the charges and accuses this guy of extortion. If you've seen the video, I'm not trying to diminish. If the guy was hurt, maybe he was hurt. But if you've seen the video, he wasn't even pushed. It was a slight arm push, I guess you could say, and the guy tripped over the guardrail. At the time of the crime, or at the time of when all this went down, the guy said that he wasn't even hurt. So if he said he wasn't hurt, and then he comes back around and says that I want to press charges, to me, that seems like a situation like extortion. That's what it seems like to me. Being on the outside, looking in, I don't know if this guy was truly hurt or not, but he said he wasn't. So I'm going to go based on his word. And this looks like an opportunity because Zeke does have money. He's on the most popular franchise in the world. And if he was going to pay this guy any type of money, this will be more money than what the guy had yesterday. So like I said, I think this is fake news. I think it's a fake news story. Shout out to Kev, Clutch Talk Sports, who did a great job at SportsCon this weekend in Dallas at Fair Park. Shout out to you, interviewing some top people. Go follow him on all avenues, social media, Instagram. He has some videos on there interviewing some great athletes, Sean Porter, Darren McFadden. So great job to you. Salute. He said, top flight security out here, clout chasing, looking for a payday. Exactly. Yeah. Shout out to DJ Knox. Thank you for tuning in. So yeah, somebody posted that in our chat group. That was Mo Cheese, host of Country Road Show, also co-host of Fish and Grits, saying like Cowboys fans should be worried. This is fake news, okay? Fake news. In the words of Donald Trump, this is fake news. This guy should not get anything. If you were truly hurt, besides your feelings of being hurt, then you should get something. But if you weren't hurt, and it was a light forearm shiver, it was the slightest stiff arm that you've ever seen in your life. So he's filing charges. And the team and his legal team says that this is extortion and that they're going to handle it properly. Ezekiel Elliott will be on the field game 1 of the season. So Cowboys haters, everybody in the NFC East, be ready because you're about to get ran over. Okay, so just be ready. Also, Dak Prescott in contract talks. He says it doesn't sound willing to give. He doesn't sound willing to give the Cowboys a hometown discount. So you can look at this in two ways. Number one, or the first side, is Dak has a point. He's performed. He's had some rocky ups and downs in the past couple of years, but he came onto the field blazing. Last year, the first half of last year was a little rocky. Second half, he was in an uptick. He went into a higher gear with Amari Cooper. So he does have a point. He doesn't have to require a hometown discount. But there's only so much money to go around. This is the other side of it. There's only so much money going around. So if he has to realize, and he knows that you're going to have to pay Zeke, you're going to have to pay himself, and they're looking at paying Amari Cooper. How do you pay all three of those guys if they all want max money? It's probably not going to happen.